So diary entry number 2, it's been about 2 weeks since I've signed up. Still about 8 months or so to go until the event, but I'm already finding I'm thinking about it quite a lot on the drive into work and things like that. Thinking about how it's going to go and what I've got to do and everything between now and then. And when I think about it, I feel excited. I was nervous when I first signed up, but now the kind of realisation that I've set this challenge has kind of sunk in. I'm excited about the challenge, excited about what I've got to do. Part of thinking about it a lot is looking at Facebook groups and joining groups, people who've run it before and things like that, so I can be in a position to get advice and tips and things. But this year's event has been postponed. It should have been back in June, but it's going to be, I think, in about 2 or 3 weeks' time because of everything that's happened this year. And I've read comments from people saying they managed it last year at the third time of running, or there's people who didn't manage it last year, so they're hoping they can do it this year. And it's really brought it home that this is a big challenge, and there's every chance that I might not be able to do it, which is a kind of sobering thought, which kind of tempers the excitement a little bit. When I'm thinking about it, I get excited, and then a little bit of a reality check kicks in, and I realise that, hey, maybe I'm not going to be able to do that. I've got to give it my best and see what happens. So what's happened in the last 2 weeks? Well, apart from looking into it and getting excited and a bit scared, I've got a hotel booked for the night before the race. It's apparently within walking distance of the event. So if you're doing 100 miles, what's an extra couple to get to the start line? Might as well use it as a warm-up. And what else has happened? I've chatted to the run coach at the athletics club, and he's going to help me put a plan together. I did wonder whether I'd be on tick over through the end of this year, and then perhaps a plan would be a 4-month plan, perhaps starting, what would that be, about early February, middle of February. But it sounds as though it may well start before Christmas, it may well start sooner than that. And training runs are going to include running and walking to get used to going from one to the other and getting back to running again on tired legs and things like that. And it's also going to include things like eating while on the run and what works best for me, and what is good for my stomach and what's bad for my stomach, so I know to avoid it, and all that kind of stuff. So there's going to be a lot going on. He was talking about sort of calorie density of foods and making sure I've got enough in between each checkpoint. So we're going to be looking at how far away checkpoints are and things like that. So it's really involved, a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be building up, going out running for long periods of time, but there's a lot more to look into it. So I think it's going to be quite interesting. There's going to be a lot to learn, and on the whole, I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. It's still far enough away. I think it's just over 8 months, but it's still far enough away that it's not yet got back to being a bit scary. It's still sort of in the excited stage. Probably a few weeks or a few months before it will really hit me, and then I wonder why on earth I've done it. But the why might be for another video. So we'll leave that till another time.